What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button while you are at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this podversation/reality chat. Okay. I was debating whether I was even going to talk about this, but guys, I just kind of find it funny. I was seeing a lot of comments on OMFG Reality TV's Instagram blog about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it was regarding a scene where, to be honest with you, I don't even really care what they were talking about, because at this point in time, I've talked about it before and I will say it again. I just feel that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, if they're going to keep it running, it needs to be recast. It needs a reboot. And I just feel like it's over. And I'm not saying that because I dislike everyone that is on the show right now, but I really can't, I can't see it for Sheree. She's a liar. She's fraudulent, in my personal opinion. She came on the show with this fake relationship with Hotel. And I don't know if you saw the most recent episode. I saw some of it, and just like in passing as I was doing other things on Peacock the other day. And well, actually, I think it was yesterday. But anyway, again, the show's ratings are down. And I know Nene was trying to shade it when she was being interviewed by Carlos recently, but it's 15 seasons in. And someone made a comment on a panel I was listening to the other day, and they made a good point. They said people who were in elementary school when the Real Housewives of Atlanta started, they're now in college. Think about that. And reality TV was really essentially supposed to be similar to like documentary style. So if you think about that, who wants to see the same person being documented for 15 years? Now, I know that they've been still viewing the Kardashians, which is fake. I don't watch the Kardashians, okay? And they, even though I don't believe deserve it, it's just, I won't even say it's different. They just have that privilege that Ryan Seacrest sprinkled into their lives that they really don't deserve, and it's still going. But the Real Housewives of Atlanta, with all this fake made-up drama, and did Drew kiss somebody a couple of years ago, and she's denying it, and now Candy's saying she's lying, and Drew says that Candy's lying. I mean, this stuff is just so ridiculous. I have so far, in seeing the episodes later, not as it comes on, of the Real Housewives of New York Reboot, I mean, so far, I can't say I dislike it or I even really like it, but what I can say is it's interesting because these are people that I am not familiar with, I don't know about, and it's new. And it's a show that I'm familiar with, which is the Real Housewives of New York, but it's different people on it now, so that's what makes it interesting. When it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all this Sheree getting angry because the girls are fussing and she came over to Portugal for peace. Girl, please, you couldn't even... Anyway, I'm not even going to go into that. But the person who called themselves the bone carrier, the one who is stirring up mess and drama, she's getting upset with other people for talking about mess and drama when she is the mess and the drama. Well, I've been seeing these comments on this blog on Instagram about this friend of the show, which I don't know why she's on here, because on the first episode, she was getting in Candy's face. And whether you like Candy or not, I really felt like it was just really ridiculous. But she came on the show being dramatic, talking about Candy brought the ghetto out, where she was talking about some place that she went to and whatever. And then she's being fake and phony around Candy later and other episodes. And every time I would see her, I'm thinking, why is she on this show? Well, on this most recent episode, she and Candy, not Candy, because Candy had already gone by that point in time. She and Kenya got into it. And I just really feel like it was ridiculous. Now, people in this comment section are saying, yes, Courtney ate Kenya up. Courtney gave it to Kenya. Courtney didn't back down to Kenya. Kenya is always coming for somebody, so she needs to get red. And I'm like, what are you all watching? Now, listen, I believe Kenya does not see it for Courtney because in that previous episode, if you saw it, Courtney was being fake and she was touching Kenya. And you know that that's a trigger for some people, especially when it's somebody that you don't know. There's some people it's like, don't touch my hair. Some people, they may like stroke someone's hair or be pulling on their strands and they may tolerate it for a little bit, but then the person keeps doing it. So they'll just let them know like their boundary. And it's like, look, don't touch my hair. Please don't do that. You can choose to get offended by it or you can choose to respect it and stop doing it. And when she kept touching Kenya and Kenya was like, she let her do it the first time. So it wasn't like she immediately, as soon as she touched her, Kenya was like, look, bitch, don't put your hands on me. She could have, but she didn't. So she tried to give her grace, but she kept touching her. So with a smile on her face, even though she was looking like, look, I'm over it. Get your hands off me. Kenya was like, look, Courtney, I don't really know you like that. So like, please, stop touching me. She's one of those people, Courtney, in my personal opinion, I feel she likes to get offended when someone is just being honest with her, but you don't like the honest response that is given to you. Because that's how she was acting at the party that Sanya was having for her husband on that first episode when Candy was trying to play it cool and she was like, well, look, I don't know you. It's not that big of a deal to me. She kept going on with the situation and Candy was like, who is this girl? Like, what is this about? This is stupid right now. And I felt like it was stupid too, whether you like Candy or not. So when it comes to Courtney and her just being on 1,000, whenever somebody is not speaking to her in a way that she feels is complimentary, then she's got a nasty attitude. And I'm like, not just why is she on the show? I'm like, RHOA, this needs a reboot. Andy, Bravo, why are you all still doing this? This is just stupid right now. And I would really love to know what you guys think in the comment section, because when she made the comment about Kenya falling on her butt was karma, and even Drew said, like, I didn't like that statement. Like, what does that have to do with karma? What did Kenya do to her for her to have deserved slipping on a wet ground, soles of her shoes that did not really interact well with the slippery pavement, for her sliding and hitting her butt on the pavement? Like, how was that karma? Karma for what? Karma for her telling her, look, I don't really know you like that, so please stop touching me? What the hell is she talking about? I mean, I was just like, this is so stupid. So to see the people in the comment section on this blog saying, I like that Courtney doesn't back down from the vets. Girl, please, what are you talking about? Courtney sounds ridiculous. And I don't have a problem with someone not being a mute when it comes to speaking to Kenya or Candy or even Sheree, for that matter. Or even Marlo, for that matter. But that doesn't mean that they're right. And Courtney is ridiculous. So people saying that they're liking Courtney and she's, standing up to Kenya and Candy, in my personal opinion, just being beautifully honest, I feel like people who feel like that just don't like Kenya and Candy. And if you have that type of vitriol for someone, and so you would be able to see someone so-called coming at Kenya and Candy, even if they're wrong, as being right because you're okay with it. And I don't really have any respect for that. I still feel like RHOA needs a reboot if they're going to keep the show on. I don't think any of these people need to still be on here. And that's not me having any hate for any of these people, but come on now, 15 years? Candy has been the longest running on the show, so she's been on for 14. I just feel that I'm not trying to come for their checks. I know that they all have responsibilities and bills, but let's just be honest. I feel that it's time for all of them to go. I'm over Sheree. I've been over her. Kenya, this divorce that's been longer than the marriage. Candy's always got new business deals. I saw the snippet of the upcoming episode where she's got this peach fuzz museum where it's about sex. I'm over the sex parties, the sex toys, the sex dungeon, the sex, the just like, it's just, I'm over it. I'm just over all of these people on the show, and Drew announcing a divorce at the end of the season so that she can come back next season and I don't want to. It's like, I'm over it. I'm over it. But this really isn't about all of them. I'm just speaking on that because it really does correlate with what I'm talking about when it comes to this chick, Courtney, and her even being on the show. It's like, girl, the fact that you're even on the show is a blessing, and you're acting like that with your funky attitude and saying that Kenya deserved to fall on her butt because she told you to stop putting your hands on her, and that's her karma for being nasty. That's her letting you know that's her boundary. Quit putting your hands on me. I don't even know you. It's like she just met you 5 days ago, and then I can't stand stuff like that. And I just wanted to talk about it because it was pissing me off. And you're on this trip to Portugal. You don't deserve to be on. I'm just like, this is so fake and phony. Listen, guys, we already know that the reality shows are not real. But the more I see it, and it's like this chick being around Candy when she was in Candy's face on the first episode, and then they're all traveling to Portugal together. Like, would you do that in real life? Come on now. I'm over this crap. But let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.